How's it going, YouTube? I'm just here to give an update on my red tail bull. Well, actually, my hypo pastel red tail bull bandit. Last time I did the video, he had mites, which was about maybe 3 or 4 days ago. He was pretty much infested in them. So since then, what I've done is I've actually taken every single thing out of this enclosure, and then I've just filled it maybe up with a 1/4 inch of water. I gave him one log in there I made sure that was disinfected and had no mite eggs or anything like that. I put it in there for him to get out of the water and to bask in the sun. Under the light. And pretty much that was it. That was all that was in his water, in a small little water dish, so he could drink regular water if need be. But he was basically just soaked in a 1/4 inch of water for a day or two. And I ordered some Prevenamite and wasn't really sure how good or how bad or his reviews on it, but I got some of this. I ordered it from PetSmarts. It's a reptile spray, kills mites on reptiles, and they said it can be sprayed directly onto the reptile. What I did was, in the corner that he was soaking in, I kind of just sprayed that there, so it kind of diluted with the water. And then after that day and a half, I took him out and kind of looked at him, and first I took a rag and kind of wiped him down, and then I started noticing that all the mites were pretty much dead and floating in his water. And I took don't judge me, I got real calm hands, so I took this needle that you see here and I went under his scales very gently and softly, being sure not to impale him, and dug out basically it's the cotton ball, and if it focuses, those are the dead mites that you see. Didn't really have to do any digging, just kind of slide into the side out of his scales, because that's where they were real bad, like right under his chin, right under the neck part of his thing. All of them started to basically rise from where they were on the rest of his body up to his head, because he would soak his body and then his head to be sometimes out of the water. But he eventually would put his head down in the water, and the solution and the water would get to him and basically drown him out. So this was all that was left, which is about, once it focuses, it's probably about 6 or 7 mites that I had to take that were dead, the rest of them off his chin. But now he's clean and free of mites, and what I'm gonna do is, for the next few days, I'm gonna put white paper towel inside this enclosure, and let him be on there, and I'll just put basically that basking area and that water dish back in there. And for the next few days, I'll just be monitoring his cage and monitoring him to make sure that there are no more mites, and that basically the mites have gone away, because you'll be able to see them easily on a nice white paper towel. And then I'll be looking at his skin also to make sure, on his scales also, to make sure that no mites have returned, because they lay eggs, and the egg cycles are about 14 to 16 days. That's their lifespan of a mite from an egg to a full blown adult and die. So for about the next 2 weeks, I'll probably have him in paper towel, just monitoring him on some paper towel. And then after those 2 weeks, if I see nothing, then I'll probably go back with some bedding, either some of the wood shavings or some Reptile Bark, either one. But yeah, this was the update. This is Bandit. He's in a little bit better light, so you can kind of see how he looks a little bit. Very nice, very tamed. All right, till next time.